I gotta be kind of careful because I really do need one more Underbelly Angler. If I don't get another Angler, I'm gonna be in a tight spot. I need another Angler. I need another Angler. I need another Angler. It's not even that likely necessarily. Oh god, yes.
Hey, buddy, watch this.
Looking for a way to play Shaman on a budget that's still really competitive in the Rise of Shadows meta? Well, this budget Murloc Shaman is your deck. It comes in under 1500 dust, and it's absolutely capable of winning tons of games, sub rank 5. I've done it live on stream multiple times, and maybe, just maybe, this is the sort of deck that could almost get you to Legend. You make a few key substitutions, definitely, but it's really powerful and it's going to serve you well, especially the lower ranked that you are. Now, looking at Murloc Shaman, it is a strong tier 2 deck right now in Rise of Shadows. This version certainly making a few sacrifices over what you'd normally see in a Murloc Shaman, things like Scargill and your Murloc War Leaders, because those are really expensive cards to craft. If you're worried about those, don't worry too much. This is still a really good deck. I can promise you that. And because of Underbelly Angler, the new card in Rise of Shadows, you can actually just generate some of those things. You can make your own Murloc War Leaders and Scargill. So you still have those opportunities to high roll into some really cool stuff. Beyond that, there's just some extra cards in here that work really nicely in these sort of wide board style decks like Eccentric Scribe and Frostwolf Warlords. You're giving yourself your own slightly different finishing pieces or kind of finishing outlets for this deck so you can still win big. And when it comes to Murloc Shaman, the playstyle here is pretty simple. You know, you want to get out aggressively, play your Murlocs on curve, overwhelm your opponent as much as you can, and then eventually kill them with things like Bloodlust just via raw damage. Now, the cool thing about this deck is that if you do kind of miss on your first attempt, like they keep your board in check, they clear it with a big AoE, and you don't quite get there, you can still reload really well in this deck with things like Underbelly Angler. You can just generate more resources. You can also add a lot of resiliency to your deck, or your board, I should say, with Soul of the Murloc. So it's not the all-in style of play that perhaps you've encountered in the past with the Murlocs. It's really able to delay and kind of play the long game more than you might expect. And that's what gives this deck an edge sometimes that is otherwise not typically seen. So before we get into the gameplay, there's just one last thing I want to mention here. You might be wondering how to upgrade this deck. Well, I already mentioned a few key cards that are a great fit for it, right? I also actually like Hagatha the Witch, the hero card in this style of play. I think it can really help that reload even go farther. But of course, you can also go to the Hearthstone Auto Complete Deck Builder function that's in there now. It's really smart, and it will take your collection and help you build something really, really good. If you seed it with some of these cards, it's going to give you some nice upgrades based on your collection that fit. And of course, if you want to just craft for the ultimate version of the deck, it's not going to take too many new pieces to do that. So just go for that Hagatha and Scargill and War Leader, and you're probably home free at that point. But that said, let's go ahead and see this one in action, because I think you'll be surprised at just how cool this deck plays and how many games it can win. Illidan way too expensive. This is a budget deck specifically, so trying to keep things cheap here. And I think it's going to work. It's going to work well. For damage, Lick 'em, Lightning Bolt, Lava Burst over the Scribe, Tasty Fin, and Microtech. I think you're too all in on that. I think that's a mistake I don't want to make. I want to make sure that we have some reload. I guess on a budget deck, in some ways, that argument is relevant. Like we've talked about before, like going for the win is good because you don't want to last forever. But decks like this, like the card quality isn't as the card quality being bad isn't as detrimental as normal, because we don't really care if the minions are good minions. They just need to go wide and they need to be sticky for Bloodlust, right? Like we achieve the win condition regardless of the quality of the minion, as long as there's enough of them. And I think the deck is capable of reloading, so we will probably be able to achieve that, is my guess. Does this priest have any sort of reactive clear? Can I go ahead and play an Underbelly Angler and just use it to kill something, right? Because I want to save the poisonous for another big boy. So I think I can make a play like this and trust that my Underbelly Angler will survive. I'm not confident 100% by any means, but I hope it will survive. Because I obviously want to generate more value. I want to play Grimscale into Cold Light next turn. But I think there's a good chance it will, because usually he's going to be thinking about playing stuff that's... Oh, silence. Interesting. Okay. Well, that's obviously not what I wanted, but at the end of the day, it's not so bad, I think. I still get to do this interesting play. And I don't know if I want to trade this in or not. Certainly, respecting Northshire Cleric and respecting Circle of Healing, or even just his hero power, seem valuable. But I lose a lot in the process. Feels pretty bad. Feels pretty bad. I think I have to, though. Real shame we don't have some follow-up on this board, because this is a nice little board. Nice little board. I mean, I like the Tasty Fin that's going to enable me to reload a little, but I wish I had, like, Bloodlust or Soul of the Murloc or something to really hammer this home. Without Murloc War Leader, we kind of have less ways to do that, less ways to really push hard. And without Scargill, we have less ways to, like, play big minions, too. God, both of his silences already getting slammed here. That's interesting. Alright, so we'll just keep the board in check, because Priest is scary when they have a board, and we'll just chill right now. This is an answer to anything really big he plays, and he's out of cards, right? He's just out of cards. He has 3 cards in hand. I have 3 cards in hand, too, obviously, but I have a card draw generator on board. Wow. Wow. And I'm going to draw more Murlocs, too, so... I'm actually not going to do that right now, though. We're going to go ahead and do this. Oh, perfect. Perfect roll. Perfect roll. I needed cheap Murlocs, right? Cheap Murlocs are the best. Okay. Oh, that's perfect, too. Okay, great news. Because if he does somehow, like, Holy Nova this or whatever and clear my board or most of my board, suddenly the Tasty Fin will allow me to generate another full hand. That's great news. I don't think this will die, usually, here, but Necessary or something could do it. Alright, cool. Looks like he's probably dead, right? I can trade in... how much damage do I have? 8. 8, 10, 16, 19, right? I think it's already 19. I don't know why I'm so bad at counting right now. Okay, he counted faster than me. That works for me, man. I think it was 19, but I got lost somewhere. There were too many Murlocs. I couldn't remember which Murlocs I'd already counted and which I hadn't. I was trying to break it down into even numbers. Speaking of which, that's a quick... somebody asked for quick math tips earlier. That's how I like to do it. Instead of, like, counting in order, I like to break it into really easily digestible chunks, right? So, like, find things that line up on 10s, for instance, right? Like 4, 4, and 2 is 10, so you chunk those together. Like, that's how I started that, right? And then you add whatever other 3 and 3 is 6 or whatever, right? Instead of, like, going one by one and going 3 plus 3 is 6, plus 2 is 8, plus 3 is 11. You can kind of chunk it up. But there it actually hurt me more than it helped me because I got lost. I was going back and forth between minions. I walked away for a minute and I came back to Murlocs. This is a good day. Yeah, specifically budget Murlocs. This is our budget Murloc list, which I think is pretty exciting. Pretty exciting stuff. What was your dust cutoff? 1,500 or left. Does your deck checker not have the damage on board counter? It doesn't, no. For some reason, I've been really snotty about that, Pyro. I've decided that's too much of an advantage. I still want to have to count. I want to use a little bit of brain power. Just a little, not a lot. I don't want to overcommit to any sort of brain power. You know, I don't want to work for it, but I just want a little bit. Just a little. Budget means aggro. Usually, yeah. We have in the past built a couple successful kind of pseudo control decks or combo decks out of budget, but it's really hard. Usually, budget means aggressive. Just because you can't really build a big, good control deck without a handful of legendaries, right? Or, like, really cool things. You know, Hearthstone deck tracker has thingy that counts more damage. I do. Yeah, as we mentioned, yeah. Indeed, indeed. Like I said, I've just been a stickler about it. I don't really know why. I just don't really... I feel like that goes a step too far for some reason. I don't know why. And not that I'm, like, judging anybody who uses it. I don't care if you use it. That's fine. Use it all day, every day, for all I care. But... for some reason, to me, it just seems a little bit too much for my taste. Look at my budget approach. Let's see. Try Mutius. A budget Murloc Shaman. You got a Thunderhead in there, though, man. How much dust is that? You got it to exactly 1,500. Let's see. You think you have enough overload for the Thunderhead to work? Just Sludge Slurpers? Is that it? Lightning Bolt, Sludge Slurper. I don't know, man. Only 4 total overload activators make me really nervous for that Thunderhead and Lickum. I like the idea of the Thunderhead otherwise, of course, because it's another token summoner. Um, I mean, yeah, this looks fine. I do worry you're a little too all in on the aggro, but maybe not. Maybe not. Like we've talked about many, many times already today. Like, clearly there are some ways that aggro can be very successful for, like, all in paths, I should say, not aggro. Obviously, aggro's good, but all in, kind of going all in, can be very good for budget decks. The shirt, the hair. Yes, I know. It's very colorful today, I feel like. I feel like I'm very bright. I don't know. Regis is grown up Jimmy Neutron. I am indeed, yeah. I know. I have a Jimmy Neutron clip I'm going to put in a video, by the way, at some point. I have yet to do it, but it's coming. It will be here someday. Don't you worry. It'll be here someday. Okay. I mean, I'm going a little too slow this game, guys. I'm hoping I can stick some minions here, right? Like, is the scribe going to be the path to sticking some minions? That'll help a lot. That'll help a lot. Always happy to see people testing budget decks. Not all of us have the means to craft 10,000 dust decks. Yeah, man. Yeah, I know. It sucks. It's hard. That's always been one of the ways I've kind of gotten a new audience, too. It's been very helpful to me to find viewers via budget stuff. Man, this is tough, guys. I'm just dead, man. I can get an insane setup right now. Like, I can attack this in, I can play Soul the Murlocs and a Frostbolt Warlord and just go insane. But it doesn't have taunt, so I'm gonna die. Because clearly he has 8 damage already. He only needs 1 more damage, which is very easy for him to achieve. So the question becomes, like, how do I beat that, right? One possibility is, like, evolving this into a 7-drop taunt. Or evolving this into a 6-drop taunt. I don't know which is more likely. I like the idea of... Part of me wants to play for it. Like, part of me just wants to go and, like, hope he doesn't have 1 damage. And just win the game. Maybe. I don't even know if we actually have enough return. But I don't know if that's ever right. I think it is, because we're so unlikely to get a taunt anyway. Like, what difference does it make? We're so unlikely to get a taunt. It's actually a 50. No, it's guaranteed lethal. Never mind, it's guaranteed. If he sees it, he can trade in the miscreant guaranteed lethal. So never mind, we're dead. It's 100%. He missed that 100%. He must have another one. Is he can bounce this and ping, right? He got the 50-50 anyway. What an annoying. Oh, he had it regardless. Okay. You do the most aggressive and hope. No way you win in 2 to 3 turns. I agree. I think we actually made. Well, no. Once we spotted the guaranteed lethal, was obviously not the right play. But, if we hadn't had the guaranteed lethal, if he really was one off, I think that was the right move. You just kind of gotta hope, right? Sometimes you just gotta play to that crazy out. I don't even know if the Bloodlust was enough follow up though. That's another challenge. I think we had, what, 6 minions on board? We did have the dudes, so it's probably enough. 6 times 3 is 18, yeah. We had the Frostbolt Warlord, so it was probably enough. Probably would have been fine. Okay, this is a nice opener. I like this. Yep, Pekarski, yeah, I saw 2. Just a little, half second late. You think Wolf Rider would be a good card in this deck? I think it's a little too all in again. I actually don't think this deck is necessarily about, like... It's not a straight up minion pressure deck. It's really got some ways to play reloads and build really sticky boards. It's actually more reminiscent of, like, Token Druid, I think, than, like, Zoo, for instance. Murlocs have always in the past been more of that kind of hyper aggro deck. But I think in this new era of Murlocs, it's really more about, like, building really resilient token style boards. I do agree Lickum would also just be better than Wolf Rider. That's true too. How much does this deck cost? Like 1480. The goal was to keep it under 1500 dust. That was the plan. Okay, that's a fairly early Warpath. I don't necessarily mind that. Warpath would be amazing against our Soul the Murloc, so in the scheme of things, the fact that he's Warpathing that early is potentially good news. That said, I do need a good draw here. I have these guys, which are nice, but I don't really have ways to play off them at the moment. Shield block is totally fine. That's really slow. Can I play double Underbelly Angler here? I don't think so, right? It's too risky against like brawls and stuff. I think I just have to hero power, unfortunately. I think I need to wait because I mean, against a control warrior, we're gonna need a lot of reloads. A lot of reloads against warpaths and brawls. So I have to make sure I can stick these and actually generate fortified Murlocs off them, and hopefully other Underbelly Anglers as well would be nice. It's going to be hard to find like a perfect window to get lethal here, so I think we're going to require a lot of reloads. Right, the reason is because Warrior has so much health. Like, normally we might just find a window for a deck and we can just go hyper aggressively. But specifically against Warrior, it's like, well, you can't really do that because... Okay, this is a Bomb Warrior, which actually does change the math a little bit. It changes the calculus a little bit. Trading here to play around Brawl a little better. Like, this 8/8 is obviously very valuable. I don't have the follow-up anyway. If I had a Bloodlust or Soul of the Murloc in hand, I would not have taken those trades. But with this particular hand, which is more about reloads and stuff, I don't want to lose this board just yet. I mean, not really about reloads. I mean, it's not follow-ups. It's not pressure. It's just... If I had a pressure hand, I'd go for the pressure hand. Okay, that's annoying because this is a mech. It's fine. I don't have a way to kill that though, unfortunately. Like, that's annoying, isn't it? Alright, hopefully we roll the Taunt Totem here, I guess. Taunt Totem? Nope. Maybe I should have kept up the Totem instead of that mech. I didn't think about Dynamatic. It actually had a choice there. I had a choice there that I could have kept up the Totem instead of the mech. I was thinking maybe the mech actually had more advantages. It turns out that is absolutely not the case. The mech did not have more advantages. The mech had some significant disadvantages. Alright. Alrighty. Hawksteed's actually a pretty good draw here. We obviously don't care about attacking this multiple times. I just need it to die. Oh wait, Ghostlight Angler is very intriguing. Okay. We're not going to go into the Murlocs yet. We're going to just microtech hero power again. But obviously, this is starting to look really juicy, right? Underbelly into Ghostlight Angler is ridiculous. It's just absurd. And we can then have the second Underbelly too on a full hand. And again, like, we've managed to build a wide board. Like, he's got to be getting nervous about these boards, man. He's got to be getting nervous. Because I still have 5 cards in hand. I've reloaded the board like 4 times. He's got to assume there's more follow-up coming, so he's got to be nervous about Bloodlust and stuff. And Bloodlust at the moment doesn't really represent lethal, but it's 18 plus 6. It's 24 damage. Like, Bloodlust right now, I would do it absolutely just to get some damage out. We don't have to Bloodlust on lethal. We can just do it for damage, right? One unfortunate thing is my board's actually a little too full right now, so I can't really do a lot of follow-up plays. I don't have a lot of ways to just... Like, I can't go Underbelly into Cold Light or into Ghost Light because I don't have room. So I kind of just have to hero power hit, which is not really my best play. And the Cold Light Seer doesn't do anything. I'd like to play it, but it's not very advantageous. It's just a 2/3. Because of all these non-Murloc minions, right? Toxfan, I don't want to just throw it away. I think it's got a lot of value. Potentially trading into a big thing, so... Dr. Boom already, okay. I need to find a Bloodlust or a Scribe or a Warlord. Right, those are really my only good draws here. Grimscale is still really bad, unfortunately. I guess I'm going to play this just to establish more pressure, because I literally don't have anything else to do. I need to get more minions on board, though, right now. We've kind of entered this stalemate stall right now, where his bombs are eventually just going to win him the game if I don't do something. It's a real shame we haven't gotten any follow-up. We have 5 follow-up cards in the deck, essentially. Well, really, 7 with Soul of the Murloc. Like, that would also be a strong follow-up here, I think. So 7... 7 follow-up cards. So we have a decent chance of hitting some, I think. Decent chance. Oh god, okay. Well, at least I get to trade in my dudes now. That's honestly kind of a good thing for me. Especially if these just all eat a bunch of bombs. That's totally fine. Looks like the bombs are just clearing the board, which is what I wanted regardless. I don't want them hitting face, though. Don't hit my face, bro. Don't hit my face. I guess the 7/7's a bit of a challenge, too, but we'll figure that out. Okay, so now we can go, I think. I'm probably just going to do the Ghostlight Anglers because they're so efficient. Grimscape. Oh, actually, no, I have to play one Toxfin. Never mind. This is obvious. This is obvious. So that means I can play a... Well, I may not have to play any Anglers, actually. Let's see, because double Cold Lights here actually is pretty insane. Yeah, the fact that I have this many reloads, I think I just double Cold Lights here. I guess I could save one of the Seers for later, though, right? That actually makes a lot of sense, too, because... we don't want to... Like, if he has a Brawl, we don't want to send everything into one board, right? Like, all of our health buff shouldn't go into one board that could get brawled. They should go into two boards so that we help to play around the Brawl a little bit, right? Okay. I have a 9-card hand. That's sort of insane, guys. Like, what on earth? Well, I guess I have plenty of Seers. I take it back, man. Good God. I mean, jeez Louise, dude. So he can clear here with that second Warpath. That's his last Warpath, and he sells 2 Brawls. Okay. Let's keep that in mind. I actually need to play a card here that doesn't get summoned from the Angler. I can't go too hard on this board right now. Well, maybe I'll go Scargill into Angler, right? Oh my god. After the Warpath, that is absolutely bonkers, dude. So if I want a Scargill and Soul the Murloc, that's 6 mana. That only leaves me 3 Murlocs. It's not really that good to Scargill this board, right? I think I just want to Angler this board. And Soul the Murloc will be the card I play that gets me where I need to be, right? Oh no, if I play Anglers, though, that's not going to work. I guess we're not going to play Anglers yet. We're going to play other stuff. We're going to save the Scargill for later. Another Underbelly is really good news. Okay. That's great to see. So, I really still don't have enough. I've gotten too many expensive Murlocs here. I didn't really change my math much. A 1-mana Murloc I'd probably play over this. No, I wouldn't either, because I want that soul to be good. Oh, wow. Okay, I don't have a way to use that, but it's big. I like that it's big. Still need a Bloodlust, guys. Still really need a Bloodlust. The hand is still insanely full here. Okay. I just have infinite minions. Infinite Underbelly Anglers here. This is a really cool game. Ooh. Sadly, going against a warrior that'll have an answer for everything. I don't know if that's true, man. I think he's going to run out of answers eventually. I think I have so many reload boards. I think we can just keep doing this forever almost. Like, as long as we keep hitting Underbelly Anglers, we could do this all day forever. Like, what reload number is this? 7 or 8? I mean, it's something we identified pretty early on, that we just have a lot of ways to reload. And then eventually we're going to draw some big follow-up dudes that are really going to help too. In fact, this is probably one of those big follow-up dudes. I don't think I need to go into Murlocs right now. I think we just do this. You know what actually might be a good idea, though, is like trade in 2 small guys and then Cold Lights here. I like that better than trading in our 2-1, because that's another resiliency minion, which is nice. And this is still an enormously good board, right? I don't want to use this guy, I don't need to. I'm going to use him for the Underbelly Angler instead, right? Since he's cheap and in hand, he's actually rather valuable. Underbelly Angler has got to be one of the best cards ever made. I love this card so much. It's really crazy. It's really crazy. He's like recruiting Murlocs. It's such a cool idea. Does he have another Brawl here? Or just trying to deny some of those token summons, I guess? Either way, I don't really mind that too much. Our opponent only has 5 cards in hand. One of it's a made-up mech. That's some random variable we don't know. He has 1 more Brawl left. After that last Brawl, it's like, how does he deal with these? As long as we prevent him from establishing like a board, like a big board, where he can like take trades into stuff, that's the only thing we really need to dodge, I think. Frostwolf Warlord probably doesn't have a lot of value here because it's just going to get Omega Devastated, right? Oh, silly axes are always annoying though. Even if we don't have to worry about... I need Toxfin now, shoot. I really need a Toxfin, I don't have one. sadly. Frostwolf Warlord is insane. He just devastated. Yeah, I wish I had a Toxfin, man. Well, this is fine. I mean, whatever. Should I make some space for a totem? Might as well, right? I have the space anyway, so it doesn't matter. Alright. Do I just want to kill? I actually can kill that, huh? Yeah, why not? We might as well, I guess. I don't see a disadvantage to killing it. Prevents it getting hit for something bigger even, right? Like, he's not healing off of it, so the little trades don't matter. I still have a reasonably good board. Actually, a board that's somewhat resilient to brawl. Not super resilient, but a little bit at least. It's not like one dude with a bunch of tiny dudes, right? It's kind of mixed. So Omega Devastator obviously could connect here and do some cool stuff. There's no question. Mechathune. Alright, that's fine.
So we put some
I don't mind him trading in here.
Murlocs, and when they die, they summon Murlocs.
Pyro, yes, dude. Isn't it wonderful, too? Don't you just love it, man? Don't you just love it? How many Murlocs can I get here? 2. Well, we can just Angler times 4. Okay. I have space for that as well. Okay. I gotta be kind of careful because I really do need one more Underbelly Angler. If I don't get another Angler, I'm gonna be in a tight spot. I need another Angler. I need another Angler. I need another Angler. It's not even that likely necessarily. Oh god, yes. We've gotten kind of lucky so far with the Anglers, to be honest. Like, we got another one though, so that's fantastic news. Like, that's another giant board. Okay. We might finally have a Scargill Angler turn. I need as many small ones as I can, so... well, actually, we'll probably save the Scargill turn until he uses that last Brawl. Once he uses the last Brawl, then we'll Scargill, I think. This is crazy, though. This is absolutely crazy. Shamanisco, don't you love this, man? Don't you love this? I think this would be my take, says Kylix Nono. And sorry, guys, I know I'm not reading chat as much today. My apologies. I'm trying to be a little quieter. Miss Kilbin's asleep. She works night shifts this week, so she's asleep right now, like sleeping up into... till she wakes up to go to her night shift or whatever, because she's got to be up all night working. She's a nurse, for those who don't know. So she does alternating 12-hour day and nights. Nights are very rare. They're like 30% of her days. 30% of her hours are nights, but it's like a 2-week period every month, every 2 months or something like that. I don't know how it works exactly, but you get the idea. Anyway, so I'm trying to be a little quieter. So forgive me if I'm not quite as engaged in chat as I normally am. My apologies. Okay, more bombs. I don't have healing, so the bombs do make me pretty nervous, honestly. Where are my bloodlusts too? Oh, there they are. How much damage is this actually? This is a lot, right? Bluegill is 6. Bloodlust will then make that 18. Do I have a... I don't have a Grimscale, really? Oh man, that's annoying. So anyway, Bloodlust is 6. That's an 18 damage Bloodlust, and then I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. That's 28. That puts me 1 damage off lethal. So this could potentially give me lethal. I'm going to check here real fast. I think I probably go anyway, just to put him on it, right? But if I get a 1 damage thing here... Or no, I actually need like a 2 damage thing here, right? Because I don't have board space to play the Bluegill. So the 1 damage thing won't actually help me, because I'll have to trade in a minion anyway. So I need the deal 2 damage lackey here to get lethal. Right, that ain't it. I'm still gonna go though. We're rarely gonna get boards this good for this. One off lethal, are you serious? That's crazy, dude. That's crazy. Alright, he's gotta clear the board now. And armor up, which, I mean, he can do those things. He can brawl. He can armor up. So he'll go back up to 8, but then I'll just reload again. And it's like, can he survive that reload, right? Alternatively, does he have to play for a bomb lethal? Can he just hit me for 6? Puts me at 16. He actually doesn't have enough bombs. He only has 2 bombs, I think, so that wouldn't work. Alright. This game is absolutely bonkers. I like that he's digging for resources. That's good. It's kind of weird that he hero powered first. I don't know why he did that. He might have found some amazing Ziliax play or something here. If he'd done that, and maybe he just changes the mana. I don't know. Like, he could have got Ziliax Scrap Hound. I guess he could still do that. So, God, let's hope that doesn't happen. I don't think it did, or he'd be doing it. One off is so crazy, right? My wife does that too. She has to switch to day shift for the next couple of weeks. Usually works nights. Yeah, mine's the other way around. It's usually in days and switches to nights occasionally. For those of you who are looking for an example on how to behave in chat, look no further than my brother Shamanistical. He makes me laugh and drives conversation in chat. And we get when he gets a fat closing, he throws me some biddies. That's right. Yeah, he did get the Ziliax. Shoot, that's a big time heal. I'm a little punished by leaving this alive. I lose kind of way extra health. Actually, a lot punished, honestly. I should say I'm a lot punished by keeping that alive. He's going to heal an enormous amount. My bloodlust is basically gone. It's pretty sad. Okay, we do get another insane reload, though. Yeah, my bloodlust is basically vanished. I don't have any direct damage to deal with this. Do I have a way to buff the attack on these? Not really. We have not gotten a single war leader off of our anglers. Like, that would really help me a lot. I don't think I have space for this, do I? Uh-oh. I really don't have space for that. I think I just gotta go with a normal board here. Gotta go with a normal board here. Okay, start over again, man. This game, it takes 100 years. I mean, this is absolutely bonkers. I need another bloodlust, obviously. I need to get a war leader off of my anglers as well, man. So he's at 22. I have 6 plus 3 is 9 damage on board. So a war leader would go a long way. I'm not going to get one of those till my board is empty, though, is the problem. He's got another delivery drone here. See how that goes. It knows it's a bunch of text, so you can't get war leader. I know, right? I know. The angler knows, doesn't it, guys? Yes. Both of you said that. That's a funny joke. Mean Streets had a Warlock Murloc. It did, yeah. I don't know why it wasn't called Murloc. That would have been such a good name. This game has been 60% of the stream length. It really has been a long game. How long has this game been going on, man? I ended the last game at 10:33, I think. That makes this a 25-minute game already? Is that right? What turn are we on? We're on turn 16 as a Murloc deck. How do these things happen, man? Is he going to kill this? Can he kill this? It's really important that he doesn't. He can. Okay, shoot. Value trade here, maybe? It's fine. I kind of need some... Oh, wait. Why didn't he run this in? What? Did he forget this was a mech? Oh, we finally hit the Grimscale, guys. Is it too late, though? Like, do I have enough? How many is this going to be? 5 minions. I have 5 spots. Okay, I'm going to trade these in awkwardly just to get more space for my Underbelly Angler, right? Okay. I bet this dude is so freaking sick of Underbelly Anglers, he's going to lose his mind. I need another one, though. I need one more Underbelly Angler. This is my last chance. I have one more draw after this. Oh, my God. Well, we got a War Leader, at least. I need an Angler, though. I need one more Angler, man. I'm going to run out of reloads. Oh, no. Maybe that'll be enough to win, though. Like, if he clears this Angler or whatever, these just do it. Like, look at this ridiculous amount of damage. If I keep up, like, any Murlocs, I have double Oracle into double War Leader. That's a 6 damage charge right there. I mean, it's 8 mana, but it's 6 damage, so who cares? I need him to brawl one more time, and then I think I can go nuts with Scargill, right? I can have my big turn. That's not actually that good. He did clear a Murloc, which is nice for him, and he set up 2 trades, which is well, but I might have enough here with the War Leaders, actually. What else does he play here? This is a mech, so it's never going to take damage from that. That's good news. I can't go full Scargill until he plays that last brawl, though, right? Steambot. I really need a Toxfin right now. I really needed my Toxfin right there. So do we still have lethal? I mean, that's a really good chance, right? I only have 2 board spots, right? So these add 4. That means this goes to 7. This goes to 5. The math is awkward, right? So this goes to 6, and this goes to 5. That hits there. That's 11. So that leaves me, I need 18. So this goes to 12, and 7 is 19. So that should be lethal, right? And that is the best math, right? Yeah, okay. Cool. Woo! Finally. Good God. And there you go. That was the budget Murloc Shaman. I love this deck so much. I didn't really ever like Murlocs before, but Underbelly Angler seems to make it so fun, I think. That said, if you guys have questions, thoughts on this deck, of course, feel free to share those in the comments below. But until then, thanks so much for watching. And until next time, game on.